You're listening to the Ballroom Network. The following program is intended for all audiences. Welcome to the Fantasy Football Goon Podcast with your hosts, Joe Mandel, the Goon, John Santucci, the Tooch, and the man with the plan, Adam Sham. We're bringing you the fantasy football knowledge that you need every single week.
Derrick Henry still going. He might go. 99 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
Flush that again all the way down. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown. Only Mahomes turns what might have been a 15-yard sack into a 27-yard touchdown.
Saquon Barkley across midfield, down the sideline, stayed in bounds, and Barkley takes it all the way. 68 yards for his first NFL touchdown. McCaffrey right up the middle, and he is gone for the touchdown. 58 yards. Pass is to Thomas. He's gone. Touchdown Saints.
Okay, it's time for the easiest part of any coach's job, the cut. Now, while I wasn't able to cut everyone I wanted to, I have cut a lot of you. Steven, I like your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you. Congratulations, the rest of you made the team. Except you, and you.
God bless fantasy football. There are many things a man can do with his time. And this, better than those things.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Fantasy Football Goon Playoff Edition. I'm one of your hosts, Joe Mandel, the Goon, and I'm joined, as always, by my Fantasy Football brothers. I'm talking about John Santucci, the Tooch, and Adam Sham, the man with the plan. Gentlemen, it's round 2 of the playoffs. It's big-time stuff. There's already been some games on Thursday and yesterday, and here we are going into Sunday, the 22nd. Christmas coming on us. And everyone is chasing after the fantasy championship ring that everybody wants. This is my one from last year. I've got one for the Goon League and for a couple leagues this year. But now we're trying to help make people make it to the promised land, to that championship game next week. Fellas, how fired up are you?
Man, I'm ready for it, Joe. Especially makes it even more fun since I'm going against both of you guys and the two leagues we're all in together. So yeah, I got Joe, you in the bar room, and Tooch in the Goon League, and it's going to be a close one in both, I think.
Man, exciting.
Yeah. Tooch, you ready for playoffs?
Well, I'm kind of limping in everywhere. Of course, the guillotine league that we have, we're all eliminated, right? All three of us. So it's down to the.
I finally got knocked out last week after Cup put up a goose egg.
Yeah, that was pretty hard to overcome. My barroom team didn't do anything up and down bench.
Oh man, that was brutal. I
Line
forgot
up.
about that.
Yeah. So nothing you could do, when something like that happens.
That's right.
So the guillotine league will have the final 2 next weekend for all the marbles, and then Goon League a little bigger. I didn't get a ring for barroom last year. Championship ring.
I started doing it this year too. I didn't know that was a thing. I got them cheap on the TikTok shop, so I had to get a bunch of them.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I got knocked out of barroom already though.
It's all right, man. Anything can happen the rest of the way, and starting next year is a new season. But Tooch's still alive in the Goon League after knocking me off last week, after underperforming my team last week as well. So
yeah, I'm surprised. I don't think I've ever been in the playoffs in Goon League. Maybe, I don't know. It's a tough league.
Now you get Adam, so the cream of the crop.
Yep.
That's his team name, folks, for the record.
I had a good start with Derrick Henry yesterday, though. We'll take that.
Yeah, you did get a good one there.
And Adam had him against me in the bar room yesterday. So
shit.
But it's all good, you know.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good game. It wasn't crazy good. So like everybody's still
Good game.
alive. Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we already got a question here in the chat for someone that really needs our help today. Half point PPR. Starting Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Evans, London, Jones, projected to win by 2 points. Do I start Kupp, McLaurin, or Ford over any of those starters?
Start Cooper Kupp, man.
I think Kupp has to start for sure.
Oh,
Probably over. Well, it's hard to know what London's going to do with Penix today.
Well, look, if you're comparing Penix to Kirk Cousins had no zip on the ball. I mean, he couldn't fire passes in there, man. What's 8 interceptions in his last 5-10 games? Penix at least will get the ball there a lot quicker to his receivers. So I mean, to me, it's an upgrade. But we don't know what we're getting with Penix. Correct, but Jerome Ford's got a great matchup today against the
Jerome
Bengals.
Ford is great start today for sure. Because Nick Chubb's gone for the year.
They're one of the worst teams against the run. The Bengals, they can't stop the run.
And Jerome Ford has shown it in the past. When he's got a good matchup, he does well.
Yep. Aaron Jones is always a good play too. Aaron Jones is always a good play.
I'd probably take Ford over Jones today, though.
I might too. Yeah. London. Look, McLaurin's going to be going against Quinyon Mitchell in that great Eagles secondary. I don't expect McLaurin to do much. I mean, will they be playing from behind? Maybe. I don't know.
And Aaron Jones also, Tooch, going against the Seahawks in Seattle.
Yep.
Which is not an easy task.
Right. He's a tough.
I'd probably take Ford over Jones.
I might take Ford over Jones. Drake London, I have no idea how he's going to do. Kupp, he's got to be burning to get back after putting up a goose egg last week. Or was it Thursday, a week and a half ago?
Yeah, that's tough. I think for sure the only move I'd do for sure is put Ford over Jones. Adam, where do you land on that? Do you agree or no?
Man, I'd be switching this whole thing up pretty much. I'd be playing Barkley. I'd take Taylor out. I'd be playing Ford, Evans, McLaurin, and Jones. Or Kupp, I mean, not Jones. I'd be taking JT out, London out, and Jones out, and I'd be playing all three of those other guys: Kupp, McLaurin, and Ford.
Yeah, I think I agree with that actually. JT, you don't know what you're going to get.
Barkley and Evans for sure are starting for me.
Yeah, Evans is a monster game today.
No question. Yep. Jerome Ford, I really like also.
McLaurin, I don't love that matchup, but he gets it done every week, man. They just keep getting it done. It's like when J. Nail has nothing else to do, he's going to throw it.
What did he do the last time against the Eagles? You remember?
What's that?
What did he do the last time versus the Eagles?
I'm pulling.
I don't remember what McLaurin's numbers were. I know Daniels had like 13 points.
One catch, 8 yards, I think, something like that.
Was that one? Oh, yeah, versus the rookie, wasn't it? That was that.
Versus Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen again, I don't think.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now. Last time.
Would he have one catch, right? 18 yards or 8 yards, something like that.
Yes, one catch for 10 yards.
One catch, 10 yards,
and only two targets in that game. By the way.
Yeah.
I was going to say they didn't even throw it to him.
The Eagles are really playing at a high. I mean, look, last year the Eagles collapsed down the stretch. This year the whole team has come out and said
they're getting better down the stretch. Yeah.
Well, they said we're not letting that happen again. That made a conscious decision to not collapse at the end of the season. Then Vic Fangio has the defense playing at a super high level. It took a while for that defense to catch on to his system, and then both cornerbacks are playing at a really high level as well. The run game. The Eagles, to me, look, the Eagles could run the ball all day in this game. The Washington defense is terrible against the run. One of the worst teams against the run. If the Eagles want to chew clock, they run the ball. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, and I would feed Saquon Barkley 20 times this game.
He's going to have like 25 carries in this game, I think.
Yeah, and then the clock's going to be running. If the Commanders are playing from behind, I could see McLaurin getting in some catches. I don't know. I mean, these teams play each other tough, but the Commanders' defense is so bad.
Yeah. And Robert has a question here too, guys. Running backs, Ramondre Stevenson or Jones or Spears, and tight ends, Strange or Njoku?
Strange is a must start.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm starting him over Njoku. Njoku's got a pretty good. I know he's banged up, but if he's playing, he's got a pretty good.
I don't like his quarterback.
That's true. He's downgraded now.
Look at what Strange has done, man. He's getting almost double-digit targets per game. He's athletic. They're phasing out Evan Ingram. I don't know if he's hurt. Then no.
He was banged up, but he's active.
I'm not playing him.
Both of those guys are banged
all the way
up.
from me.
And then Jones.
I think Jones and Njoku on that for me.
Jones, he needs what? Okay, so he needs one of three, huh? Like Ramondre hasn't done jack crap recently. Aaron Jones. Is Pollard in or out today?
Pollard's in. Pollard's in.
I mean, if Pollard's playing, there's no reason to play Spears. Aaron Jones gets a lot of touches. To me, it's Jones, and then I like Strange. But Njoku, I don't know. What was Njoku's injury? He's coming back from.
I think it's a knee. Hang on.
Yeah, I think it was
knee or foot or ankle or something like that.
I have it right here. Let's see. Njoku hamstring.
Hamstring. Yeah, I mean, I'll take Strange. I'll take my chances. I don't like the chance of re-injury of a hamstrings are usually fairly high, but I'll take Strange and Jones.
Yeah, I'm taking. I have a hard time benching Njoku. I like Strange too, but I think Njoku's going to be the safety blanket today, which is probably why he's starting. I'm going to go. Yeah, probably Jones and Njoku, I guess.
I tell you, Robinson might get some run yards. The Bengals give up a lot of runs to quarterbacks, like one of the top teams yards rushing for quarterbacks.
The Bengals defense is horrible.
Bengals defense, they can't stop the run. That's why I love Ford
today.
Stop
anything.
Yeah, they can't stop the run. But you know what? They could put a whole lot of points up on the board.
Yes, they can.
Who's gonna stop Jamar Chase and T. Higgins? Then you got Chase Brown and Gesicki.
Yeah.
It's I mean, Joe Brown will pick them apart. If you're looking at like which team is going to outscore the other team, I'll take the Bengals outscoring the Browns
for sure.
As far as putting points.
And let's dive into our starts and sits because I know we're trying to wrap things up today about 11:30 Central-ish. So we're going to get rolling here. My QB starts of the week. I love Aaron Rodgers today against the Rams. I know it's a bit of a hot take because he's been a bit of a dumpster fire this year, but he looked back to himself last week, and him and the Devontae show, a great matchup against the Rams secondary that's mediocre at best. Like Rodgers today, available in like 85% of leagues, something crazy like that. I'm taking a flyer on him. Kyler Murray is probably my top quarterback play of the week against Carolina's hideous defense. Imagine he's going to air it out and use his legs.
Are they as bad as we think they are? They've not been that bad for a while.
They've been playing a lot better. It's just they don't get a lot of pressure, on the quarterback. But the defense has really kind of manned up a little bit these past few weeks.
It really has. They've not been giving it up like they were.
And they covered against the Eagles. They covered against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think Kyler gets it done today with his legs too. And Trey McBride finally in the end zone.
So. Murray isn't as good on the road, but I do like him today. He's got a good matchup, but
yeah. And then I still like Sam Darnold, even though it's in Seattle against the Seahawks. He's been playing much better as of late. I know you guys aren't a big fan of him, but I do like the matchup.
He's been running the offense well.
He's been running it well. Justin Jefferson and him are getting on the same page.
Yep.
Big fan, big upside for today's matchup.
He's got four great skill position players. Aaron Jones, Hawkinson, Addison, and Jefferson. It's crazy. Yep.
And there's
I'm just like looking outside the box here with Cooper Rush versus the Buccaneers. The guy kind of
it makes sense.
Yeah. Finally, I think it's the highest total on the board is Bucks Cowboys this weekend. That's why he's in there for me. And the Buccaneers, they get it. They've been getting it done. I mean, the coaching has been fantastic this season on the Buccaneers, both the offensive and defensively. Baker Mayfield's been fantastic. Cooper Rush has finally had enough games in where he can, find his guys, whether it's CeeDee Lamb or, Ferguson, Rico Dowdle, all those guys. I think there'll be some points in this game. And then Kyler Murray. I mean, look, you're starting all your guys that you like: Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. I'm not telling you, I could throw those three guys up there and be like, "Yay, he's so good at picking guys." But I'm trying to give people some streaming options, who don't have, obviously your start. Yeah, obviously your start. You started Lamar yesterday. You start Josh Allen. You started. You're starting the guys I mentioned, but Kyler Murray, I think he's got a chance to make some plays today with his receivers. I think he's looking to get Trey McBride his first touchdown.
100%. Yeah, I love all those picks. Tooch, Adam, what do you got off the top of the dome for quarterbacks today?
Man, I like Stafford today versus the Jets. I think they bounces back from that game last week with the 0 to Cup and all that. I think they'll make a point to get the ball to Cup and Puka early. I think he bounced back. The Jets' defense has been underperforming all season.
3 straight overs for the Jets. Their last 3 games, 3 straight overs.
Yeah, their defense is not what it once was and what people feared. So Stafford's not afraid of anybody either, so he's going to throw it out there. I like him. I also like Brock Purdy versus Miami today. The running back situation there, I think Purdy might look for a lot of easy throws to Kittle and Jennings, and maybe get Debo a little more involved. Or wait, did Debo get hurt, or is he still in there?
Yeah, Debo's supposed to be playing, but he's I think he's banged up.
Yeah. Do we have an injury report yet?
Yes, I have an inactive.
I was wondering, Alvin Kamara playing today?
No, Kamara's officially ruled out.
Okay.
Or tomorrow, correct. Sorry.
Tomorrow, tomorrow. Yep, Monday night. Yep. He's out for tomorrow, though?
Yes.
No chance.
Kendre Miller getting this. Nope, he's out. He's officially ruled out. Okay. Kendre Miller getting the start at running back.
Okay. Because I think I had Miller in my sleepers.
Mm-hmm. So going into real quick, I'll run through the inactives quickly for what's out. For the Eagles game, looking at both sides of the ball. KJ Osborne inactive for Washington. That's really the only name that folks would need to know. Heading into Giants Falcons, same thing. Lots of defensive players out in this game. Cardinals game against the Panthers. Xavier Legette inactive for Carolina. So
is it injury?
Yeah, I believe he's dealing with something. Yeah, so that means Adam Thielen's stock goes up against Arizona. Jalen Coker as well. Matt Prater, the kicker for Arizona, is inactive again, so you wouldn't be starting him, but he is not playing. Heading into the Bears game later this morning, Trevon Dexter inactive for the Bears, as well as Noah Sewell, Travis Homer, and Amir Speed. I don't usually name all the defensive players, but since there's a lot of Bears fans on this network, thought it might be.
I can't tell you the last time I've been less interested in a Bears game than I am today.
Yeah, I know. I hear you.
I almost don't even think about them playing today.
The Lions have a lot to play for.
Yes, they do.
Which doesn't bode well for the Bears.
No, 12-2. They're tied with the Eagles and Vikings for best record in the NFC. All 3 of those teams have a reason to win today to stay on pace. They all want the NFC Championship to come through their town.
If you have Jahmyr Gibbs on your team, you're winning today.
Yep, Jahmyr Gibbs, of course. David Montgomery is out. Likely, I believe he's out for the year now.
Last 2 games, Bears given up 123 yards rushing per game.
It's like things could not have lined up more perfect for Gibbs managers. I mean, Montgomery gets hurt and you get the Bears on the schedule next. It's absolutely dream come true.
Beginning of the season, that didn't look as attractive as it does now because the Bears last year finished as a top 5 run defense. First few games of the season, they had a good run defense too. They've been terrible recently. I think it dropped to 28th against the run.
Yep, and of course, for those wondering who's going to take the David Montgomery role, Craig Reynolds is the next man up at running back, so that's a guy you could take a flyer on.
I think Sam Laporta is the answer around the red zone.
There you go. You saw it last week. He started getting targeted way more last week.
Yep. When Montgomery went out. Yep. That's the guy they're going to be looking for against the Bears. Bears have been terrible against the tight end the past, 4, 5, 6 games. Terrible.
Yeah, that was wild. As soon as Montgomery came out of that game, it was like, hey, there's the Laporta from last year. I just targeted him everywhere. Here, need a first down, Laporta, touchdown, Laporta. It was like,
I think you got 4 red zone looks too last week.
It's just an embarrassment of riches for the Lions. Like, they don't even need him most of the time.
Yep, for sure. And we had a question from Robert here before we get back to the rest of the inactives. He goes, you talk about all my quarterbacks. Who do I start? Rodgers, Mayfield, Stafford, or Murray?
Mayfield.
I'm probably going Baker. Yeah.
Yep.
For me, it's Baker, Murray, Rodgers, Stafford, ranked that way.
I think that Rams Jets game is going to have more points in it than people think.
I agree.
Fantasy points. I think I could see Adam and Kupp getting touchdowns, or Adams and Nakua. You got 2 good running backs that are good on the goal line, and Hall and Williams, and two good passers. Man, I think this is a game that I think could end up being very high scoring.
Absolutely. And quickly getting back into the rest of the inactives for the morning games. Tennessee, Indianapolis game. Nick Folk, the kicker for Tennessee, is inactive, so please don't start him. That would be terrible during semifinal week. Alec Pierce, wide receiver for Indianapolis, inactive in this one as well, alongside a bunch of defensive players. Browns Bengals, we talked about it already, but David Njoku is active for this game. Cedric Tillman still inactive at wide receiver.
I thought he had a chance to play.
He did have a chance, but he has been ruled out, as has
Tillman's
Jameis Winston. Yep, Cedric Tillman is out, as is Jameis Winston. And then for Cincinnati, just a wide selection of defensive players. The afternoon games aren't officially out, but those that have been bigger names that have been ruled out for San Francisco this afternoon against Miami. Isaac Guerrero is inactive at running back, so that means Taylor will be getting the start for San Francisco. Helps me out against Adam. I definitely needed some help, so Patrick Taylor could be a great play and flex for a lot of people.
You should have added Kendre Miller off the wire.
Yeah, I should have, but you did instead.
But you had the priority over me, and you didn't.
Yeah,
use
you
it.
did. I forgot. So, you beat me. It's all good.
Did you grab Taylor, though?
Getting him. I just put the claim in for the hell of it. I thought Joe's getting him for sure. And then I woke up and you didn't take him. I was like, what in the hell?
Yep, I forgot.
You guys like Miller on Monday?
Not really,
I do.
But Packers are tough against the run.
I think he's a serviceable play. I don't think he's a great play.
He's a big running back, man.
He's a necessity because it's Monday night game, and if you got Kamara, you kind of got to have him as a backup playing there. But I don't think there's more than like 6 or 7 points probably.
Who do you like better, Miller or Madison on the Raiders?
I'll take Madison.
Yeah, I kind of like Madison.
Miller or Madison or Tyrone Tracy?
Tracy.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, Tracy's coming back off injury.
Yeah, so he's been struggling for a few weeks, really.
I'm probably not starting either of them, but
what about Tank Bigsby or Alex Madison head to head?
Madison.
Yeah.
I think it's ETN today.
I don't know.
Real quick,
that Jacksonville backfield.
No, I don't either. Real quick, we'll go through the.
Got a question?
We got a night for the night game tonight. Bucks at Cowboys. Cade Otton inactive at tight end for Tampa Bay, so that's a big one for folks that we're relying on him.
Jalen McMillan, stock up.
Yep, and then Trevon Diggs inactive for the Cowboys at corner. So, and then Monday night we already talked about this. No Alvin Kamara, no Derek Carr, no Chris Olave, and no Bub Means for New Orleans. And Green Bay is relatively healthy. No big names missing for them. But Adam, did we get through your quarterback starts? I know we got a question.
Yeah, the only other one I was going to mention was Mayfield, and you guys already had him on there. So,
love it. Let's get into running backs. Adam, do you have any names that come to top of mind? Start us off.
Man, the one guy that it's not like a surprise or anything, but I think Devon Achane's going to have a monster game today.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I also like Bucky Irving again, had a big game versus Dallas. And Jerome Ford, we mentioned him too. Another great matchup there. He's been getting lots of work there with Chubb out. And Jerome Ford's just pretty explosive, really. Bengals defense is horrible. The only thing I'm concerned about is Hendrickson could really rush that quarterback and put pressure, and the Browns might not do shit. But Ford's still going to be the go-to guy there. So, but yeah, Achane, man, with Waddle out and stuff today, I think Achane's going to tear it up.
Yeah, I've got one league where I've got Jahmyr Gibbs and Achane on the same team.
Yeah, that's deadly combo. I think Connor, Achane, Chase Brown, and
Saquon,
Gibbs are just and Saquon would be the fifth one. But those four guys, I think, man, are.
It's funny. You just listed that one team. I have Gibbs, Achane, and Connor on my same team.
I know, right? How do you? You got to start all three of them.
Isn't Connor got the backfield to himself today?
Yep,
I believe so. Yes, against Carolina.
Yeah. So, I think it's only him. It's like there's a lot of good players have lined up to have the sole workload today for fantasy semis.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. If you have like guys like Connor and Achane,
or Josh Jacobs, man, versus New Orleans tomorrow night.
Jerome Ford. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I have two of those guys, James Conner, Jerome Ford. You have to get these guys in today. I think Bucky Irving versus the Cowboys. The guy's been fantastic this year.
Yeah, man, both of them, Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, you can't hardly go wrong.
No.
Rachaad White scored like 8 games in a row or something, I think. A touchdown.
A lot of points in that game. A lot of points in that game.
Yeah. Rachaad White's went way under the radar for like 2 months now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got Patrick Taylor. I think he's a good start against Miami. Any 49ers running back. Miami's not great against the run. Patrick Taylor, sure, he's unproven, but he's got it pretty much to himself. Everyone else is hurt, so you're going to get the volume there.
How many years before San Francisco realizes whoever is in charge of their running back room training-wise is horrible? Like every season, all their running backs get hurt. It's been like over 5 years straight now with no matter what running backs it is, they're all hurt every single season.
Yeah, they need to
There's something to that. There has to be.
Physical conditioning, whatever.
Yeah, it's been since all the way back when they had Mostert and Carlos Hyde. And it's been ever since then, every single season.
The only one that could stay healthy was Frank Gore. He's the only one that could stay healthy.
And Frank Gore's just immortal. So
yeah. And Bucky Irving, of course, we talked about him already, and that whole Buccaneers offense is a good start today against Dallas.
Yep.
Chuba Hubbard against Arizona.
Yep.
I like Chuba. Granted, the last couple of weeks he's had good matchups and he's not been able to capitalize. I just feel like today he's going to punch it into the end zone. He's going to catch some passes because they're going to be behind. They're going to be playing from behind. Tooch. We already did. We already did Tooch's. Never mind.
Yep.
I talked to you about yours already, Adam. So let's move into our tight end starts. Tooch, why don't you take us? We're going to do tight ends first.
Okay.
Well, since he's come back, Hawkinson's been getting around 7 targets a game. Like his chances today. Jonnu Smith, look at his numbers, man. The 49ers have been bad against the tight end this year, and then my other guy, Strange. This is all targets, man. All these guys are getting like 7 to 10 targets a game.
Oh, yeah. All good options there for sure. I got a really obvious one on mine. I put McBride just because I think he finally scores a touchdown today. I think he's probably the consensus tight end number 1 or at least 2 for sure. Cementing his place as the number 1 tight end probably next year based on target share. Carolina should get in the end zone. If Kyler Murray tweets about getting him a touchdown, you know it's going to happen. Jonnu Smith continues to get it done. He's been a touchdown machine, so you got to start him against San Francisco. And then Brenton Strange, we already talked about him doing his thing. So I love all those options there. Adam, how about you? I'm going to put you guys on the 2 screen for a minute. I gotta run use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Man, Laporta would be the guy to me versus the Bears. Like I said, we talked about the targets going up with Montgomery out, and the Bears haven't covered a tight end in a decade. So that should continue again today. We saw Kelsey being 15 yards wide open on not Kelsey, Kittle 15 yards wide open every play.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. Yep.
Yeah, Laporta can do the same thing easily to them. The Bears can never stop the tight end.
Yep.
So I love that. And then a deeper one I like would be Chigakonkwo, Tennessee versus Indianapolis.
He's in my sleepers.
Yeah, the Colts give up the most explosive plays to tight ends in the whole league. And Okonkwo is that type of player. He's an explosive type of player, kind of like Jonnu Smith was, young Jonnu Smith.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that matchup down there.
Yep, very good.
The running backs banged up a little bit too. So
would you start him over Tucker Kraft?
I might. Yeah, I probably would, because the Packers are going to be really run heavy, I think. And Tucker Kraft's been very up and down and not consistent whatsoever. So I think I would probably take my chances on Okonkwo.
I think I did that as well. Yeah, I did. I have him over Kraft in my barroom lineup.
I feel like with Kraft, you're really just hoping he gets a touchdown, and Okonkwo, I think you've got an equal shot at that probably.
Yeah, it just seems like the Dobbs and Reed, those guys seem to get more looks, and then of course
too many of them, and they're not throwing as much right now because Jacobs is just dominating everything.
They're going to pound the ball with Jacobs. Yep.
Yeah, New Orleans is horrible run defense.
And you think so here's the deal. This is my thing with Kendre Miller, who I like. He's been explosive. He's big. He's 6 foot 220. But I can't fight the feeling that New Orleans is going to be playing from behind in that game.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be trying to pass. You think Miller will be getting passes? I don't know.
I don't think he's going to get very many. I mean, we've seen it in bad matchups for New Orleans. Alvin Kamara is getting 10, 11 points. So you think Kendre Miller is going to do better than that? I doubt it. Like, I just when they have a bad matchup, teams know, like, okay, they're going to try to dump that ball off to the running back all the time, and teams focus on that because they don't have any receivers to throw.
He's only got 2 catches on the season.
Yeah, and there's no receivers to threaten anybody.
No.
There's literally no. I mean, who is the starting receiver there right now? I can't even tell you.
I don't know. Yeah, there's no Olave, no Bub Means,
no Shaheed.
No Rashid Shaheed. There's nothing.
That's what I mean. It's like there's no receivers.
I really have to look. It's like
that's what I mean. I'm completely drawing a blank. I don't even can recall. Oh, MVS is their main guy right now.
That's right, MVS. Yeah. All
right. No thanks. Yeah, that's pitiful. And then you got Spencer Rattler at quarterback. So I mean, Packers defense for the win.
Yep.
I picked him up last week so I could have him ready for you, buddy. Or no, that's against Joe, I think.
Yeah,
it's against you. I've got him against you.
These are the wide receivers on the Saints. Questionable, though. He's questionable. MVS. Then they have Dante Pettis, former Bear.
Oh man.
Kevin Austin Jr. I don't even know who that is. I got
never heard of him.
Mason Tipton.
Wow.
And Cedric Wilson Jr.
I know of him, but man, that's pitiful.
Yeah. Yep.
That sounds like the Bears receiving corps from 2 years ago.
Yeah. I actually kind of want to keep rolling with Charbonnet over Miller and guys like that,
Walker's playing though.
I know, but they said Charbonnet has been they've been saying that he'll be a major part of the game plan in week 16 against the Vikings. That Vikings run defense is tough though. I
couldn't understand the last few weeks why, before Walker was hurt, why they were not giving him very many carries. Like, he had a major dip the last couple games before he got hurt. I'm like, why did he not?
Because he was injured. That's all I can figure. Is like he's been battling injury all season, to be honest.
He's so good though, man.
Yep. Oh, Charbonnet's good too, though.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, I just think guys like Kendre Miller and these other, they're not going to do much. But against that Vikings defense, I don't know. The Vikings they've been worse against the run. I mean, last week I think DeAndre Swift still got to close to 100 yards on him though. So I don't.
Yeah, the second half he really
can be run on.
Yeah, they were getting some pretty good holes there after the first quarter of that game. But
yep.
The Vikings defense is good, but they're better at like making turnovers, but overall they're going to give up some yards and stuff. They're kind of a bend but don't break, and you got to throw on them.
Yeah.
Boys, are we getting into wide receivers yet, or we just should we make the move over?
I think we're ready for that.
Yeah.
All right. I like Jalen McMillan against Dallas coming up. I think that's especially with Cade Otton out in this game, I think you're going to see a lot of targets for McMillan, who's already been trending upwards. He's scoring touchdowns. He's getting it done. Finally, what people were expecting out of him when they originally picked him up like 6 to 7 weeks ago. So I like McMillan a lot, especially as a flex play. Like Jacoby Myers against Jacksonville. This guy who's been a target machine regardless of who the quarterback is. Continues to get it done, so I really like him. And then I'm going to take Khalil Shakir against New England. He's been looking really good. He's looking better than Amari Cooper. I think Amari's getting all the attention, so Shakir's getting single coverage. And New England secondary is a lot worse than advertised. So I think Shakir gets in the end zone today.
I like that.
And look at that. Tooch thinks the same.
Yep. Yeah, I do. I like Shakir today. Keenan Allen versus the Lions. Look, they've really been. You could throw on the Lions. Their run defense is better than their pass defense, and they have some guys out. Their best pass rushers out, Aiden Hutchinson. Their best corners out, Carlton Davis. Yeah. So, what's his name? Caleb Williams looks to Keenan Allen first almost every pass play. So I also like Moore, but I think they're fair plays today. I think they could get 6-7 catches each, Allen and Moore. In Jigba, man, against the blitz and against the zone, I think JSN is a great play today. Get rid of the ball fast.
Is Geno going to play in that game?
As long as Geno is healthy and
so.
playing. He's supposed to play. Yep. JSN is a good play.
They looked so bad when he went out last week.
Yep.
I was grateful that I got the points I needed out of JSN before he went out because he got like nothing after the quarterback change.
Yep. Yeah. I don't even know who is their backup quarterback.
Oh, geez.
It was Sam Howell.
Sam Howell, yeah. And he looked
Who's
really,
normally
really
pretty
bad.
good, but he hasn't been getting any reps.
With a little
he
more
doesn't
practice,
look like
he
it.
might do better. He's used to throwing it 40 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked really bad the other night.
Yep.
Adam, you got any starts at wide receiver today that you like?
Well, I was going to mention JSN's great matchup today, with Geno playing. And then I like Brian Thomas Jr. versus the Raiders. He's been hot the last few weeks again, even with Mac Jones still getting double-digit targets. He's almost been the best rookie receiver, honestly. He's right there with he's been very good on a bad team. It's been impressive. And then I like T. Higgins today to have a good game. I think Chase and Higgins have a good game, but Higgins was kind of down last week, had a couple of drops. I think he gets back on track this week, and they make a point to get him in the end zone.
Love that, man. All good stuff. I got a question for you guys. I'm in a podcaster league with Aldo against various other Bears podcasts. And right now I have a tight end. There's flex. We have 2 flex spots in this league, and there's 3 wide receiver spots. So it's kind of like a funky league, Aldo set up. So I got JSN, I got Kupp, I got Juwan Jennings going against Miami. I think you still got to start. I think you got to start him with his volume. But then I have at flex, I've got Connor, who has a must start, and then I have either Jonnu. So it's basically between Jonnu Smith, Adam Thielen, Amari Cooper, or David Njoku. Right now I have Jonnu in.
I think it's pretty similar across those guys. Yeah. What was the second choice? Jonnu? Who?
Thielen, Cooper, or Njoku?
I'd probably take Jonnu at the quarterback. He's got a better quarterback play, more consistent.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Hey, can we talk for a second about? Were you guys watching the Kansas City game yesterday? When the Tank Dell injury,
I saw the injury. Brutal.
Okay, yeah, it was brutal. I feel horrible for him. Let's talk about C.J. Stroud though. What's the deal, man? He was in tears the moment he went down. He was crying like a baby. He didn't score a point after that, I don't think. He's soft as hell, man. He's soft as hell.
I think he thinks it was his fault.
Season. Everybody crowned his ass last year because he threw for a bunch of yards, and that was it. Yeah. This year he's been horrible.
Definitely disappointing.
Caleb Williams has stats as good as him, pretty much, other than yardage-wise, maybe. But, he's soft. He's horrible. I don't see anything with C.J. Stroud out there.
So here's the deal. Their offensive line has been banged up, and they're bad.
Yeah.
They're having offensive line issues a lot like the Bears.
And he doesn't handle that any better than some of these rookies do.
Yep.
No, not at all. He's been
He was legitimately like bawling over there for like 15 minutes. And Joe Mixon was even like telling him, "Are you all right?" And he's like, "I'm okay. I'm okay." Joe Mixon's looking at him like, "No, you're not okay."
It's like his best friend, I guess, Dell.
I guess. I mean, I know he was upset last year when he got hurt too, so I know they're friends, and I'm not taking away from that. But it's like, you're the leader of that football team, and everybody's already crowned you. You can't be over there crying for 15 minutes, and your running back having to tell you to get it together.
I agree.
A dislocated kneecap, I think they said, or something.
Yeah, that's what I heard last night.
Horrendous.
Yeah, it's horrible. I feel terrible for Tank Dell.
That's about as bad as it gets. That's brutal. So prayers up for Tank Dell for sure.
And they have to be careful because those dislocated kneecaps, a lot of times the blood vessels are torn. You can bleed.
Yeah, that's what I heard. They had to see what damage there was around it.
Yep. I mean, there's been a few players who almost bled to death.
Yeah, that's a tough injury. I'm glad they got him to the hospital quick. Getting into defensive starts, I gotta love the Packers against the Saints this week. I think they're one of the top plays.
I think I got the same three. I think maybe.
Do we?
I don't know.
No, we do not.
Okay,
but close. Love the Falcons against the Giants as well. Both of these options, Packers and Falcons, available as streaming options. One league I have no defenses available, so I got to play the Falcons this week, and I'm not too upset about it. And then even though the Bengals are bad, I'll take a shot on them against the Browns with the new quarterback for sure.
Yeah,
I think
Henderson could rush that dude and cause turnover too. I think they could still be a good play.
Got two of the same, and then I also like the Bills versus the Patriots today. Although this is kind of a weird spot for the Bills. Do they need to win the game? Sure, yeah, they need to win the game. Do they? They're coming off a gigantic win over the Lions. So it could be a bit of a letdown spot. Just coasting where they don't give full effort. And that you guys see the Patriots getting a backdoor cover in this one. But do I think they'll lose the game? No. But if they're serious about keeping pace with the Chiefs in the AFC, then they have to win.
Yeah, they want to win. They want that home field, so I think they gotta go for it. Adam, we got a question from Robert. Would you start JSN over Brown or Jennings?
I assume we're talking AJ Brown here.
I would imagine so.
And a lot of people have been wanting to bench AJ Brown. It's crazy. I would maybe play him. I would maybe play Brown and JSN. I mean, JSN and Jennings are pretty similar, in my opinion.
And you mean how you beat the Vikings? I mean, you can't run on them, so people have been throwing on them. Although recently, people have been running on them.
Yeah, and JSN gets down the field, deep targets too. Like, I would probably play Brown and JSN. I'm playing Brown today, though. I'm not benching him. I know a lot of people.
Yeah, I can't bench AJ Brown.
Yeah, it's a great matchup for the Eagles.
It's tough. I think I'd probably take JSN over Jennings as well. I mean, they both get a high target share, but last week, JSN had 12 targets, and he caught 10 of them.
Yeah, and that's pretty regular for him right now.
Who was their opponent again? It was the
last
Packers?
Week they played Green Bay. Yeah. So
they were playing from behind in that game.
Yep. So the last 6 games for JSN: 13 targets, 11 targets, 7 targets, 4. 4 was only against the Jets. Then you got 5 targets against Arizona and 12 against Green Bay. I think against Minnesota, whose secondary is a lot softer than Green Bay is, in my opinion, I'd say I'd go with JSN over Jennings.
Yeah, I'm going JSN over Jennings.
Great stuff. And then Braden's got a question for us as well. Neighbors or Brian Thomas?
That's a tough one.
Neighbors is a great matchup today.
Yeah.
I know Giants are hard to start, but
I have no idea. I mean, the Giants are playing for the number 1 overall pick.
Who's playing quarterback for the Giants?
I assume Drew Lock.
Yeah, I think it's Drew Lock.
Is it Lock, not DeVito this week?
DeVito's injured, and then they have Tim Boyle behind.
Oh, yeah, that's who it was, Boyle last week.
But they decided to go with.
Man, they targeted the hell out of Neighbors last week, though.
Yeah, they did, and he's got a good matchup against the Falcons. But then again, Brian Thomas against the Raiders, Thomas has been so consistent all year. I think you got to go Thomas.
I like Tom. I mean, man, I'm a big Brian Thomas. I wanted the Bears to draft him instead of Roma Dunze. Just the amount of separation that Thomas. His speed is rare. The dude ran a 4.29 40.
Mm-hmm. Adam, we lost your audio for the record. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he might have to log out.
Yeah, something happened. His audio died.
Thomas Jr., I wanted him for the Bears over. I would have drafted him number 9 overall or traded back and picked him up. Roma Dunze I like too. He's good. I just don't think – I mean, Thomas is a guy who could be like a game breaker in the future, man. People are going to be drafting him. People are going to be drafting Thomas next year fairly high.
For sure. And we got Adam back, by the way.
They have to do something at the quarterback position, though, the Jaguars.
Agreed. ZDs has a question for us as well. Pick one, Brees, Jerome Ford, Tracy, or Charbonnet?
For me, Ford.
Brees is primed for a big day today, too. It's between Brees and
tough.
Ford.
Yeah,
it's definitely between those. I'm playing Brees today.
Yeah, he might have to play Brees. Yeah, I don't know.
I got faith in Green Bay today against the Rams. I think that's going to be a high-scoring game. Not Green Bay, the Jets. His old team. The Jets against the Rams.
You can run all over the Bengals too, but nobody's scared of their quarterback.
Yeah, I'll go Brees.
Yeah.
Robert says he's got JSN, Shakir, Brown, and Jennings.
I can't bench AJ Brown. The potential for like a 90-yard touchdown is always there.
Yeah.
You know, with
I guess out of all those, I guess Shakir's the bench out of all of them if you have to bench one.
It might be Jennings as the bench, but I don't know. They're tough.
I would probably bench Shakir out of the 4.
Yeah, I mean that. So here's why: if the Bills are up big on the Patriots, they're not throwing.
Yeah, I think James Cook has a big game today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not throwing the ball, so yeah, I would bench Shakir, I guess, out of those.
Let's get into our sleepers, boys. Tooch, take us away, my friend.
Yeah, Adam and I talked about this versus Chig as a he's been getting targeted with Mason Rudolph at quarterback big time, and like Adam said, he's an athletic playmaker. Versus the Colts, they've given up some explosive plays in the secondary. Kendre Miller versus the Packers, just because he's going to be getting the ball a lot. The Packers have been okay versus the run. The only thing caveat with this is that the Saints might be playing from behind in this whole game. I don't know what they do then, you know. Aiden O'Connell versus the Jaguars. Look, AOC's their best quarterback, I think, on this roster. If it's Desmond Ridder, you're hurting. So I think if you need a quarterback, man, he's got a really good matchup against the Jaguars. They give up a ton of points to the quarterback. I think the most in fantasy. They give up to the quarterback position. You know, it ain't a bad start. They're at home.
Yeah, it's not a bad start. Although probably in deeper leagues, but I hear you. Definitely worth a flyer.
Yep.
I have him listed as a sleeper because Adam Thielen is pretty much he's on a team that's kind of a bit of a sleepy team. But against Arizona, I think he's a good play today. Obviously, going to see a lot of action, especially with Xavier Legette out of this game.
Yep.
So look for Thielen to go hog wild. I have him as a sleeper because people probably need help at running back. Travis Etienne starting to see more of lion's share again these days, and Raiders can't stop anybody. So you got to take a flyer on somebody. Etienne could be worth the fly. Again, I'm not saying he's going to have a world beater day, but I think he's going to do better than advertised. And then Jerome Ford, we talked about him already going against Cincinnati. People forget that Chubb's out for the year, and it's all Jerome Ford right now. So I think he's going to have a good day against Cincinnati.
Yeah, if you held on to Ford all year long, you're getting rewarded now.
Yeah, for sure. For the last 2 weeks, definitely worth riding.
People who held on to guys like Ford, Chase Brown, I know he came out a little bit middle of the season more, but guys like that. Some of the other players like Bucky Irving, if you held on to him, you're getting rewarded. I don't know. You guys think of any other running backs that if you held on to them, you were getting rewarded? You know,
well, if you held on to
Rico Dowdle. Yeah, exactly. Rico, Jerome Ford. You held on to you had a spot at the end of your bench. I commend you.
If you had Taylor from the Niners when CMC went down, people some people dropped him.
Probably finds the end zone today. Just
I hope so for my sake.
Taylor. Yeah.
But Adam, you got any sleepers for today?
I like Alexander Madison as one of them. It's a great matchup versus Jacksonville.
You don't worry about Amir Abdullah taking targets.
He's a little banged up, I think.
Yeah, Alexander Madison's the only one fully healthy, and Abdullah's role's been declining the last couple of weeks. So Madison had some good games in the middle of the season there when he was the guy. So he can catch the ball, we know, and run. So I think he's got a good matchup there if you're looking for somebody. And I like the Chig play we talked about a minute ago with tight ends.
Yep.
And a guy that I actually hate this player, and I don't even like mentioning his name, but his usage has been going up, and that would be Christian Watson for the Packers. He gets those few big plays. If you're an underdog and you need an upside play, Watson's been getting those deep targets, and he can get you 2 touchdowns. We know that. I really don't think he's very good. I don't think he's very good. He's just kind of fast and athletic, but he drops a ton of passes.
I saved him somewhere on one of my teams just for that very reason, because if you're looking for a Hail Mary,
right, exactly.
in the playoffs, this guy he can explode for like 20, 30 points.
Yeah, exactly. If you're
he did against the Bears.
Yeah, if you're an underdog and you need something that could boost you, like he's the kind of guy to do it with, and he could be on your waiver wire. So I think he's a decent play.
Yep,
I don't
love
like
it, man. Let's get into our sits. I got Debo today against Miami. I think they're gonna focus a lot on ground and pound, and then Debo's already banged up as it is, and I think this is a Jaquan Jennings day. I think so. I think Debo's already banged up and doesn't look like himself. So I'm not starting him today, especially when you need him in the playoffs. In that same game, Tua against San Francisco, I really think that Miami runs the ball. We talked about earlier today. I think this is a day that Achane goes absolutely hog wild. So I am benching Tua wherever I can. I'm not having high hopes for him today. And lastly, I heard you guys talk about him when I stepped away. Tucker Kraft. I'm benching him against New Orleans. The matchup's good, but we all know what they're going to do. You got to run the ball against New Orleans. They're going to ground and pound. Kraft has been so inconsistent all year long. I don't think you can trust him this week. So those are my 3 sits.
I would agree with those.
I got Jerry Jeudy versus the Bengals. I just don't like their quarterback, Well,
that's kind of killed Jerry Jeudy, the Jameis Winston factor.
Yep. Kate Otten versus Cowboys. I had him sitting, but he's out anyways. Brock Purdy versus Dolphins. I don't know why I have him on there. I just felt at the time when I was doing this last night. It's like, I actually don't mind.
Just wrote him down. I don't know.
Yeah. But if I might go with someone else, but I don't know. It's tough. I didn't see that. I should have done some little bit looking at this morning, but I had the tailgate show. But would you guys play? So I have one league where I play because Cortland Sutton has been really good lately, So I had him in there, and it was DK Metcalf, or him, and then what was Sutton, and Sutton gave me like 10 points, which is fine for now. But I have Garrett Wilson and DK Metcalf left for that last wide receiver spot. I got Wilson in there now.
Wilson.
I have no idea who I know Metcalf's been banged up. You could throw on the Vikings, man. It's like, and DK's like a Hail Mary as well, It's like he
exactly. I was going to say he's a desperation player right now.
Yeah, he hasn't been good recently, that's for sure.
No, JSN's taken over that number one
receiver. So Garrett Wilson, you like better than DK today?
I like Wilson better today.
Okay. All right.
Adam, do you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%.
What about Rico in the flex or DK in the flex?
Rico.
That's how I have it set up. Yep. Okay.
Adam, you got any sits today?
Not really anything that you guys didn't just mention. Yeah, I don't really have anybody. Just I'm the kind of guy, I'm going to start my studs here at the playoffs. I'm not going to back away from the guys that got me here, even
That's
if
how
it's
I
a tough
felt too.
matchup. Like, I've had a few ones in these matches versus you guys, but I'm not going to sit them down. I'm going to play them. They got me here.
You like Murray or Darnold today?
I'll take Murray.
That's a tough call, isn't it?
It's tough.
I'll take Murray just because I don't believe in Sam Darnold, but it's pretty close.
Carolina's got a weak pass rush. Murray's going to use his legs a lot today, I think.
Yeah, I think he's going to throw touchdowns to make McBride get his touchdown. So I
hope so.
Okay.
And Tooch, you want to show us your prop plays real quick before we get
I'm going to get out, guys. I got to go to work though.
Yep.
But good luck to both of you today.
All right. Good luck, Adam.
You too.
Yeah.
Happy and Merry Christmas, gents. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yep. Have a good Christmas.
And I may or may not be here next Sunday because I could have a new baby.
The tree. They didn't put a tree up in the sports book here, Joe. I don't know. There's no tree here, right? All right.
No, they must have forgot.
Yeah.
But
all right,
take us away, Tooch.
So I got Drake May over 204.5 passing yards. I think this is one of Anthony's plays. He has he thinks they'll be playing from behind against the Bills. That's it. And I also have his guys thrown to Kendrick Bourne over 19.5 receiving yards. He's been getting targeted, Bourne. Good player. That's like 2 catches, 1 catch right there. That's all he needs to hit that. Patrick Taylor over 39.5. It's all him today. If he can't get 40 yards versus the Dolphins, something's wrong. I got Amari Cooper over 34.5. To me, that number seems low, Joe, for Amari.
Well, Amari's been so bad. He put up a goose egg a couple weeks in a row.
Yeah, you're buying low. And then
it's a good matchup.
Laporte over 45.5. I think that's a no-brainer. I got to save the best play for last there.
I love it, man. And we got a question here from Keith, too. Ford or Jennings flex half PPR?
This is tough.
Both are. I'm just trying to think who's more likely to score. Man,
yeah,
I think they're like the same player, to be honest with you. But I guess I'd give the edge by just a smidge to Jennings, just because Debo's so banged up, and good matchup for the 49ers. So I guess I'll go Jennings. Tooch, do you agree?
Let's see. The Bengals about middle of the pack against the running back. And then Dolphins versus the wide receiver. They have been pretty good, man. They don't give up a lot of points versus the wide receiver, and you have Jalen Ramsey out there. I don't know how much he's going to be matched up against Jennings, but Jalen Ramsey, pretty damn good player, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's tough. I think I'll take Ford in this one. I don't know. I think he's going to get more touches, but Jennings he's very good, man. This is tough. I think either way, I think you're fine. I wouldn't sweat about it too much, but Ford, the Bengals defense is trash.
Yeah, I know. Only reason I say Jennings is because I think Ramsey's going to pay attention to Debo.
Yep. Yeah, either one.
It's close. It's close, but I give Jennings by a hair and Tooch his Ford by a hair. So
either one, you're fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
We're splitting hairs for sure.
Yep.
But thanks for everyone for tuning in for this whole show.
I'm gonna make Christmas cookies with my daughters.
There you go, man.
Today, put the game on in the background. The Bears. Merry Christmas, Keith. Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah. Yep.
Keith follows Southburbs Hitman on Facebook and appreciate him.
I sent out a little pizza money parlay yesterday for you. I won a nice little chunk there. We had some takeout food last night with that.
There you go.
The kids and I.
There you go. And I had some Chinese food that gave me food poisoning. So
yeah. My girls like they like Domino's. I mean, do here Domino's or Little Caesars. I can get them. They eat chicken wings.
Oh, there you go.
So they like chicken wings, and then I just get they love those cinnamon twists.
Oh, sure.
So they're just like they each have to have their own icing cup, and then I get the cinnamon twisted split, and then got a couple small, medium pizzas. One of them was like feta, spinach, tomato, and onion. Oh, it was excellent.
There you go, man.
You
Yeah,
know,
nothing wrong.
delicious.
Nothing wrong with Domino's.
Yeah, little there, and then just a regular, just a cheese, half pepperoni.
Of course, and a huge thanks to Robert. Appreciate it, Robert. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robert. Yep,
we're happy to help. We're here every Sunday getting you
thank
ready.
you so much.
Well, thank
Very
you very
nice.
much.
Merry Christmas, Robert.
And Merry Christmas and a safe holiday to you as well. And we'll be back again next Sunday, of course, talking fantasy championships.
Yep.
I may or may not be here. My wife is due any day now, so it might be Adam and Tooch. We'll see. But I may be here, I may not. But nonetheless,
did you get all the Christmas shopping done?
Yes, we're ready. We're all done for Christmas.
And it's another girl?
Yes, we're having another girl.
Okay. So yeah, we both will have 2 daughters. I have a son though too. He's my son lost his job recently.
Oh,
picked up a better job within a week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him. He has his own house or his own apartment he rents, and he just bought a new car. So he's got a rent and a car payment. He's doing it all on his own.
That's amazing, buddy.
Yep. So I'm going to send him some Christmas money, after get off here, probably just a little cash app to the son.
Well, that's a beautiful thing, man. Well, wishing you, Tooch, of course, and your whole family a very Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Same thing to Adam, who had to take off for work.
Yeah.
I got to get to an event with my wife and daughter, so I'm going to get off the air here as well. But for everyone that tuned in, a huge thank you to you for tuning in with us all season long. We got one more week to get you through the championships next week. Good luck in all your matchups.
Looking forward.
Tooch, always a pleasure talking fantasy with you. And, of course, a quick reminder for everyone, tune in tomorrow night on the Barroom Network, 7:30 p.m. Central Time for Somebody Big Just Died, Ricky Henderson.
I texted
the man of steel.
I texted you the obit in Dakota yesterday.
Yep, I saw it come through, and
you already had. Did I beat Uncle Mike to sending you the text? Or Uncle Mike was faster?
You beat Uncle Mike, but I saw that it was reported like 24 hours earlier. But nobody.
Does he
nobody
text
had
you or call? He texts, right?
He texts me Dakota, but when he texts the letter O, it's a 0. So on all his texts, whenever it's an O, it's because he's got a flip phone. Okay. If it's an O, he texts the number 0. So it was Dakota with a 0 for the O. So anyway, Ricky Henderson, we're tributing the Man of Steel, the MLB Hall of Famer, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central on the Barroom Network. Tons of great stuff all week on the Barroom. Tune in for that. So yeah, don't miss it. And again, thank you for tuning in. Good luck in your fantasy matchups. We're going to get out of here. Tooch, we'll talk soon, my friend. And as always, God bless America. God bless football. And let's kick some ass. Go win those matchups. And we'll see you guys next week. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.